Hello, hello, and welcome to Luna and the Druid. Druid is on holiday, so tonight, he'll be only me. Please do give me a second to check if everything is all right. Usually it's the Druid who's all the technical support. Today, I'm doing all the jobs. If you could let me know in the comments if you can hear me, see me, that would be helpful. I hope I am here. Yes. I think everything's fine. So it's about time to start our every Monday's beautiful evening with you and me. Usually the Druid as well, but I can assure you, Druid is with us in spirit. He's also here in the energy of this necklace. It's a Veg Vizier I received from him as a birthday gift. So um, even though his physical body is away enjoying the beauty of his surroundings, tonight I will be your host. And today I would like to talk about and continue on the topic of spiritual awakening. And don't worry, last week we put a pause on the topic where we were discussing misconceptions and traps of the spiritual awakening. We haven't finished that topic. It's such a vast of topics and things we could talk about. So don't worry, I won't get there tonight. I will continue with the Druid. However, today I want to share my own personal journey, at least a little bit, because we would probably wouldn't have enough Mondays in the month to do that deeply. However, I want to share my experience because maybe you will find something from your own journey which will help you. There were also a few questions about spiritual awakening, particularly about the numbers some can encounter during the spiritual awakening. So I will answer those questions if we didn't answer, if we haven't had a chance before. Tonight, that's gonna happen. I am trying to have a view on the comments, and my screen shows me that I have no internet. I hope that is not true. Let me double check that, guys. You have no idea how the techie part sometimes can be tricky. I can see myself moving, talking, so I'll take this as just a glitch. Sorry, something's switching on here anyway. Spiritual awakening. I hope, guys, you are there. You can see me and hear me. I'm not sure how could I switch on those comments again. Perhaps I should just watch it. Just bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Like in the spiritual awakening, not always is going easy and well and the way we would like it to go. I see myself. I will mute it. So hopefully there is no double sound here. I see a comment from Magdalena who says, hello, welcome, Magda. So lovely to have you here. Last time, when I was here with Druid talking about misconceptions and traps of spiritual awakening, funny story, my karma was doing all she could in her power to just distract me. She was barking, she was playing, and that made me think of analogy to spiritual awakening as well, because during spiritual awakening, especially during that part, we change within, and then that change starts to express on our outer world. Very often there will be some people who will want to hold us the way we are. They won't want us to change, so they will do everything what's in their power to stop us from growing. They will say things like, you changed, as that will be a bad or negative thing. And they will say things that you don't need that. It's better where you are right now. And that's very common, that your environment, especially, let's be honest, people who took advantage of your lower energy, because spiritual awakening is all about rising your vibration and becoming of more light. And if somebody was taking advantage of you not being in the light, those will be the ones who will shout the loudest. However, spiritual awakening and spiritual journey is all about building resistance and listening to your inner voice, despite what other people will say or want us to do. Thank you for confirmation that everything works fine. I may have some delays with the comments. For that, I apologize. However, not everything is working like it usually does. I blame it for Druid not being here. Obviously, it's a joke. Anyway, I promised you to talk a little bit about my spiritual journey of self-healing. If you have any questions, feel free to write them in the comments. If you're live, drop a hello, say hi. If you're watching it or rewatching it, feel free to drop your comment as well, so we would know who's with us. Spiritual awakening. It's such a beautiful topic. My journey started many moons ago. I remember being a child. I don't know exactly what it was, perhaps over 10 years old, 10, 12 years old. I had an interest in everything what was paranormal. All the UFOs, all the demons, all the weird creatures. Obviously, the X-File was my favorite series of all. And that was my first exposure to the world of magic, to the world of unseen. And I think it pretty shaped me as well. However, where did I get the interest, especially in UFOs, in extraterrestrial beings? That will be a mystery for my entire life. How did I come across it? But I guess that was my soul speaking to me and showing me the way. But apart from that, I was a pretty regular kid. I used to do what kids love to do, is to play with my friends, go for adventures, ride a bike, discover the unknown. And I was lucky enough to be a part of a dancing group. I've spent there a good few years. And what is very beautiful about this memory is that actually the friends I found back then are still my friends up to these days. And the connection we have and the bond we have is amazing. And when I was dancing in the group, our choreographer, he was the one who exposed us to the world of energy in the first place. As a kid, I already could feel my energy, could work with it, could play with it. I was aware of energy body. I was aware of chakras, even though I didn't know that they were called chakras back then. I was aware of my solar plexus, which is the center of our inner power. And I would say that that was the phase one of my spiritual awakening. When I look back, even then, I was guiding meditations, which back then were called relaxations. But I remember few situations when all my friends were lying down and I was just guiding them through a process of relaxation before a big competition. So when I look back, it's just amazed me how kids who are not being exposed to the social conditioning feel certain things already within them. Because guess what? Right now, I'm leading meditation, designing meditations. But back then, I didn't know that I will end up doing this. And Iron Fire Horse says, hello, Luna and Magdalena. Hello, Iron Fire Horse, and hello, Journey. So lovely to have you guys here. If you haven't heard me before, I'm having some technical issues, so I may have some delays with the comments, but it's so lovely and so great to have you here. Luna on a new moon. I don't think it's a full new moon just yet. I might be mistaken about it, but it's coming soon for sure. If somebody could actually check it, because now my curiosity wants me to know when exactly is the new moon. But anyway, back to the topic. I was exposed to those energies, and as I said, I would call it as a phase one of my spiritual awakening. But then life took over. I went to college, certain life-changing experiences happened, and I put a pause on all this energy word because I wanted to have a normal, regular life like everyone else did, even though mine wasn't regular and normal, in brackets, obviously, because I had to go through a tremendous journey of healing, of pain, of guilt, of all sorts of darkness, because my life was very challenging at that time. But I didn't give up. Long story short, that dark period of time was a very interesting journey of mine because the darkness sucked me in and I could explore, I think, most of shades of darkness, grayness, and lack of light. And today I know that it all happened for me to find my own light. And the second part of my awakening journey, of the story of my journey, would be the time when I started to awaken back. And when a young witch is waking up, there is that short period of time where forces of evil and forces of goodness will fight over to have a main influence on that soul. And obviously, darkness has a really good sense of smell. And they sniffed that I'm back on that journey. So obviously, they wanted to lure me and suck me in. And they almost succeed. I remember a day before I was shown what I am getting myself into. That person came to me in dreams as a rat. So, because I back then could already decipher which dream is just a dream and which dream is a message, I checked what the meaning of the rat is, and oh boy, uh, it's a devil itself, basically. So the day after, the door to black magic, to darkness, to all the demons and all sorts of things a witch fights against were open wide to me. And I got the opportunity to learn everything about it and to possess that black, powerful wisdom and knowledge. And the reason I say this is because that was probably the most important day on my spiritual awakening as well, because that day I realized that I am made of light and I belong to light. So I walked away and never turned back. Boy, little did I know. Obviously, I had to face my own karma through everything I experienced, thanks to the darkness. But if you know that actually you need to pay the price for your, that's the karma, basically law of karma, it's easier to carry your own burden. And long story short, again, and I'm really fast forwarding this, I got to a moment in life that I couldn't live the way I lived any second longer. And it was that third phase, which actually lasts until today. It was the biggest boost on my journey, on my path. And it started with reading just a simple sentence in a book. Life is a journey. Where you are now, you don't have to be there forever. The choice is yours. You either flow with life or you keep yourself stuck. And that was the time when I wasn't the happiest in my life. I wasn't the most fulfilled. And oh goodness, that sentence changed my life completely, because it started this series of events completely transforming my life. I went through a breakup of marriage, a divorce, but probably it was meant to happen like this for me, because all those events led me to meeting a person who had a massive, massive influence on my awakening journey, a person who convinced me that meditation, regular practice of meditation, will help me to overcome whatever I was going through. And I am, until today, so grateful for that person, because he knew what he was talking about, and it exactly happened like he predicted. The meditation, that the regular spiritual practice helped me to overcome everything which was on my way. Not to mention that I discovered this whole new, completely amazing, beautiful world of energy. I started to run that rabbit hole, because I wasn't following them. I was actively just throwing myself deeper and deeper into that spiritual path, discovering the world of energy again, and learning more and more and more. And it was a beautiful time in my life, because everything I knew before, I had to leave it behind, because I discovered this new reality. So I completely unplugged through Matrix. And if you've been watching our shows before, you probably heard me a few times saying that I paid my price for unplugging within the matrix completely, without having good roots. The reason I'm saying this, because it's important to be grounded and to be fully supported by Mother Earth in order to be able, like the tree, to grow up and up and up. Obviously, me being a rebel, I kind of had to do it the opposite way. And at some point, I can say actually that I lost a little bit of touch with reality. Spiritual awakening become the most important part of my life, and I completely surrendered into it. I had a well-paid job back then, which I completely took a step back from, because it was taking too much time and energy, and I wanted to discover more and more about myself, heal. So I needed time. So I took a step back from work, which was also a financial step back as well. But I didn't care about that much back then, because I knew that the universe will support me one way or another. And I'll put a pause just for a second here, because Iron Fire Horse says a few days left until the next phase of the new moon on July the 5th. Thank you so much, Iron Horse, for answering that question. 5th of July. That will be probably Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I was talking about my journey and the fact of me being unrooted. And today I see the importance of keeping at least one leg in the real world, in the reality. But again, everyone's journey is different, and that was the path I've chosen to go through, because this today, it taught me importance of so many aspects of spiritual awakening, that I'm actually helping other people to go through that process and not to get crazy. Because very often during spiritual awakening, you will just feel like you're going crazy. And I assume you are not. Luna, you are spilling your guts, brave of you. Convert this journey into the deep on telling us about when you saw the light to awakening. That's an interesting question. Definitely. So to me, spiritual awakening is a journey to light, as you said. It's a journey of self-healing, is a journey of discovering our own light, discovering our own power, not just as a human being and not in a way that usually people perceive power, but that connection with your soul. And this I feel I had through my entire life. And many times I was trying to lower the volume of that voice. I was trying to listen, not to listen to that voice, but my intuition was always there. The soul was always there, waving to me, hey, hey, I'm here, see me. And my experience with spiritual awakening was about learning how to listen to that voice and learning to trust my own light. So, again, very long story short, there were few main events which triggered that next and deeper phases of spiritual awakening. But at some point, I got just a second. Journey, hello, I agree. So, journey to light. Then, okay, I'll try to focus on that. However, the plan of me sharing this story is to spill my guts, because I've experienced many difficulties. Many people on the journey experience, and by sharing this story, I want to show you that it doesn't matter what we're going through in life, as long as we're moving towards to the light, there is a bigger purpose in that. So, the moment when I discovered my own light, when I discovered that I'm actually a soul having a human experience rather than a human going crazy, was one of the most and the beautiful and enlightening moment in my life. Because all of a sudden, I felt the energy, I felt my heart, I felt that everything, what I knew, what I thought before, is an illusion, because at the end of the day, we all come from one source. You can call it God, universe, whatever label you want to put in. I resonate with the universe. I resonate with the God. I resonate with all of them. And that changed me completely and forever. It was a very lonely and difficult time to me at the same time, because I was by myself walking through that journey. My entire environment, my friends, my family didn't want to share that journey with me. I went through probably the period of the most rejection, because they didn't understand me. They didn't want me to share about energy with them. They were rejecting it. So I had to walk this path by myself without support of many people around me. And it was difficult. It was lonely, but now I know that it has to happen like this in order to discover your own light, who, just like on the hermit card, can work as a torch, can show you your own way, because we all have our own personal way, our own personal journey to walk through and to learn from. Yeah, just let me just take a sip of something wet. I have a tea here. So, yeah, not to mention that at some point, at some stage of the journey, universe surprised me with events which actually boosted my spiritual awakening. And that journey is the journey of seeing myself in another human being, seeing the reflection of my soul, my light in others. But that's a completely different journey. That's a completely different story, which I definitely don't want to go in today, because we wouldn't have evening enough time in the day. Anyway, Despite all the difficulties, despite all the challenges, despite all the dark nights of the soul, which today I feel I'm an expert on going through, it is the most beautiful and eye-opening experience I have throughout my life. Because all of a sudden, from what I thought life looks like to how it really unfolds and how it really is, it's like you have to shatter your entire reality sometimes, your entire human experience in order to become who you really are, your true essence of yourself, your soul. And it's been a really magical journey through moments of light, through moments of absolute bliss, love, joy, purpose, fulfillment, through moments where I literally was struggling to find will to live because of the events which happened. And spiritual awakening is not an easy journey. But yet here I am, stronger than ever, sitting here in front of you, sharing that and talking about it, and giving you hope that even if you're in the middle of the worst events in your life, the worst dark night of the soul, the hope is there and the light is here within you, in your heart. So if you tap into it, if you just close your eyes and put your hands on the heart, and you can do it with me if you want, and just take a few deep breaths into your heart, feeling the love and the light which is within you, I promise you, if you breathe out all the tension, all the negative things, and all the things which stop you and are holding you, I promise you will find this light again. Yes. So if you have any question, guys, so far, feel free to ask me. A marathon live should be scheduled then. That's a good idea, actually. Sometimes we feel that an hour is not enough. Possibly around the fire in the woods by a waterfall for stories to be told. I love this idea. I'm in. Perfect. Okay. I promised you to answer a few questions which came along during the series of spiritual awakening. And one of the questions was about number sequences. During spiritual awakening, most of people may find certain sequences of numbers, repetitive numbers, which appear from many sources, many different aspects, sometimes completely unrelated. Like we talked about 1111 before, so 1111, it can be 222, it can be 888, it can be famous 666. So I want to briefly go through those numbers and explain their significance, because those are indeed messages from the universe. I personally connect through the numbers with my spirit guides, with my angels. And to me, they have a certain meaning. But just because my meaning is like this, it doesn't mean that yours can be different, because it's all everything. It's just a matter of how we take it. So if you see a certain number as a message for you, which is individual to you, that's absolutely fine. However, by looking deep into numerology of numbers, we can predict what the message would be. And 111 or 11, but it usually the one which bring our most attention is when the numbers are tripled or mirrored. So the 111 is all about new beginnings. It's all about the alignment of new projects, new idea, new sparks of creativity. Ones are all about the newest. If you encounter the 1111 symbol, this has a deeper meaning, and it's like a secret code for spiritual awakening. So at the beginning of a journey, see the 111, 1111 on your path as a confirmation that yes, you are spiritually awakening. It may work as your confirmation to your intuition. It's definitely a symbol which is designed to bring your attention to something. So pay attention to what you were thinking about if you see 111 or 1111. Um, Another aspect, which is kind of like niche within the spiritual world, um, would be a sign of twin flame journey. If you know what twin flame journey is, you are very aware of that. If not, twin flame twin flame journey is another episode, like 3 parts of that topic as well. However, long story short, twin flames is the concept where one soul encounters a lifetime in more than just one body, very simplifying that experience, and not even going into the deeper meaning of that. However, if you see 1111, it means that you're going deeper within your spiritual journey, spiritual awakening, and it's always a sign to pay attention because a transformation is about to happen. If you see triple twos, like 222, one of my favorite numbers, or 22, it is a signifier of you being on the right path. It's a number of manifesting, so it is important to manifest and be actively manifest at that time, but also to trust the process. 333 or 33 Christ number is a significance for your ascendant masters being around you. So it's an invitation to pray, because it's a confirmation that you're not alone, and that especially that high spiritually, high energy beings are supporting you on your journey and your path. 444 represents protection, mainly angelic protection, and also guidance. So if you see 444, it's a confirmation that first of all, you're safe, you're protected, and somebody is holding you under their wings. Number 555, another absolutely one of my favorites, is all about changes. It suggests that major changes and major transformations are on the horizon. The famous 666, which many people fear of, is the number calling you to look at what areas of your life are not balanced, because it's a call and a need for balance. I personally, when I see 666, for me, it's an information to look again what I am looking at, to rethink and reframe what I was actually asking or going through. For me, 666 is just a confirmation that have a deeper think about it. Like, don't do or make a decision just yet. 777 is associated with spiritual alignment and divine wisdom. It's a confirmation that you're on the right path, you're in the right time and space within your spiritual awakening. 888, my favorite, symbolizes abundance, prosperity, especially financial prosperity within the earthly aspects. It's also a sign of infinity and infinite possibilities, and the flow of abundance, because abundance is not, and prosperity is not just money, it's way deeper. And but last but not least, 999 represents completion and closure. If you see 99 or 999, it's a signal to release what's no longer serves you and to open and prepare for new beginnings. I hope this answers that question. And let me see what's going on here in the comments. Anna says, hello, beautiful souls. I'm so happy I have managed to join. I am so happy you're here with us tonight as well. And Iron Fire Horse says, hi, Anna. And 666 tells me to stay present and grounded. That's a great way of looking at it as well. And to pay special attention to what's going in the physical world. Absolutely, I agree with that. It's like a wake-up call. Like a ding, ding, ding button. Be more present. Be more aware of what's going on. Absolutely, I love that, Iron Fire. Okay, so if you have any other question, feel free. Now is the time to ask it. However, I will park the Q&A park for now, because I promised you that I will read cards today, loads of cards. So, inspired, the harshness sometimes. Don't get me wrong, there is an underlying beauty in spiritual awakening. And it's a beautiful journey, which is absolutely worth all the pain. However, it is not always easy and light, despite the purpose of it is to become more of light. Sometimes it can be really heavy, and it can be heavy burden to take. So I prepared, just for the time's sake of tonight, I pre-shuffled 3 piles today, and you'll be able to pick your own card. So first pile here, I will show you. It's a B here. It's a B tarot. And by the way, tonight's cards, tonight's tarot decks are beautiful gifts from my wonderful friends who spoiled me for my birthday and gifted me 3 new decks of tarot. So tonight it's a premiere. I haven't used them before. So back to the piles. Pile number 1, where we have a B tarot. Pile number 2, with this beautiful wider Smith tarot. And last but not least, number 3, with the Woman Earth tarot. I'll show you again. 3 piles. This is number 1, the B tarot. In the middle, we have pile number 2. And here we have an Earth Woman's tarot. I'll give you a second to make your choice. If you are not sure which pile to take, I will give you a cue as well, which may serve as another way or another source of picking your own card. So I will give you the word indecision, purpose, or health. If any of those words resonate with you, pay attention to that pile more. Let's start with pile number 1. As for a situation, oh wow. For this person, if you chose number 1, situation is the devil. So you may find yourself in a situation where you feel either trapped, or you know that it's a source of toxic situation. Something is not serving you, something like, for example, your life's work, or something is falling apart. It's something negative going on around you, or you may be under some negative influences. Toxic people may be getting to you, may be around you, sucking your energy in. Or you're just in a phase of your spiritual awakening where everything is dark. Everything feels like it's against you. Challenge is coming to get you after challenge. And you don't know what to do in that situation. If that resonates with you, well, this message is for you. As the obstacle of where you are right now and what makes you to be stuck in the situation you're in is the Four of Swords, and we have here 10 of Wands. So perhaps there is too much on your plate. There is too much work, too much workload. You're doing too much for others. There's basically a heavy burden, and you're carrying something heavy. And you're not giving yourself the opportunity to rest. You're not giving yourself the opportunity to stop and smelling the roses. The solution is to the Fool. Open up. Open up for a new chapter. Open up for a new possibility. Open up for a solution which you may not see. You may be scared of moving forward because before you is that vast of world you're scared of. You're not sure what's gonna happen next, and the universe says trust within your own ability to make good decisions for you. And your lesson, your soul's lesson, which you're learning right now, is to find your own peace and to be at peace with yourself, with your journey. I am being of love and I release all negative energy. So it is important to release that burden, release that overload of work, emotions, negative emotions, darkness, heaviness, and turn within and find your peace. The lesson you were supposed to learn through this experience, but you're still hesitating, is the indecision. Oh, wow, it's beautiful. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So perhaps you can hear the voice of your intuition saying you and showing you what is the solution, but you're not listening to it. Perhaps you don't know which way to take. You're at the crossroad. And the more you're going to think about it, the more stuck you will become, because the purpose of it is to just trust yourself. And if you ask me about the solution, what to do? Oh, beautiful. Surrender to play. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. So in order to move yourself from that rather heavy aspect of your life or heavy part on your journey, just surrender to play. Connect with that inner child joy of life and try to take a step back from everything you're in right now, because if you're in the middle of that battlefield, you may not see everything as clear yet. But if you put a pause, take a step back, and just simply surrender to play and bring some fun, bring some lighter energy to your life, you may discover something new. All right, that was it for pile 1. Pile 2, we have this part here, and the word was purpose as well. So for the situation, we have 3 of Cups, which signifies you're either in a period of being around people, creating something, collaborating, celebrations. It's definitely a wonderful place you're in. It's the energy is flowing. My doggy will start to bark in a second because I can hear the car. Usually what happens is at this time I hit pause and Druid is taking over. But because he's not here, you need to give me a second so I can grab my doggy and make her stop barking. I'll be right back. So now it's gonna be fun to read cards with barking puppy on my lap. But anyway, yes, Papa, I know. They are here, and you need to bark at them. Yes, you're such a good. Anyway, I'll try to continue. So three of cups back to the card. Apologies for the disruptions. Beautiful energy of co-creating, beautiful energy of having the need and opportunities to be around people. However, with the obstacle, which we have Four of Cups here, it suggests that maybe even though you have opportunities around you, you're saying no to them. It's everything is being presented to you, but for some reason, I'm sorry. It's okay, Baba. You can stop protecting mommy. Yes, it's okay. We're safe thanks to you. It's really interesting to read cards and try to calm down my puppy at the same time. Anyway, the universe wants to present something to you, and for some reason you're saying no. It's either you feel like you need to approach things from like going within. Perhaps you have that belief that whatever the opportunity is not good for you. You don't want it. There is something about not wanting what's happening in your life, or what's coming. Perhaps you feel closed off. Perhaps you feel like your heart is closed off and you need to protect your heart. I see it here. He's holding his hands, like he's crossing his hands like this. So the obstacle on your journey is to saying no to opportunities being presented to you. Perhaps you feel like you're not worthy of them. And the solution is to step into your own power. Sit like a queen on the throne and connect with your passion, connect with your inner fire. Let that energy flow through you. Connect with this inner flow of creativity which is within you. Say yes to the universe and things will change. And I'm really drawn to the image of the cat here, which, especially a black cats, are spiritual protectors. So trust, you are being protected. For the lesson, it's actually very interesting because I pulled two cards. And by the way, I haven't seen those cards before. And they actually tell a beautiful story, because the lesson on the soul's level and what you're supposed to learn from the situation you're in is, first of all, to accept. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. So perhaps whatever is going on in your life, you're closed off to it. You don't want changes. Will you promise you will stop barking? Then I'll let you go. If not, stay here with us. It's like with a baby. And another card, second card, is purpose. I know what I am here to do. So tap into your inner knowledge, your inner wisdom. Karma, please stop. And you will find your purpose. You will find all the answers you're seeking. And there is something you are supposed to learn through the experience you're going through right now, but you hesitate to do that. You're not. Karma, please stop it. And that thing is loneliness. You need to realize that, first of all, you don't have to do everything by yourself. You're not alone. There are people and circumstances wanting to support you, wanting to help you. So please stop saying no, and instead of, say yes. How to do it? The guidance for you would be to surrender to complete healing. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe. I hope you can't hear her, guys, because she is just, bear with me. I'll grab her in a second again. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. And just like karma right now barking, trying to interrupt the flow, trying to interrupt what's going on here, completely distracting me and making everything to make me go and be with her rather than sit here and talk to you. That's exactly what I said at the beginning about spiritual awakening. Sometimes there will be things coming at you. Sometimes there'll be plenty of distractions, things not going your way, the way you would want them to go. But tapping into your own resilience, tapping into your inner power will help you overcome that. Lastly, if you chose this deck or the word health, this is the message for you. Oh, wow. This is a slightly different energy. We start with the Hierophant, which is the situation you're in. So this pile is most likely for those who either have been on this journey for a while or are in a place of harmony, of fulfillment, of being spiritually aware, knowing what consciousness is. It's a person who's aware of their power. This is a person who's aware of their purpose. This is a person who knows the way and who's within their power right now. So a slightly different energy to the previous piles. As an obstacle, we have here a King of Swords. So perhaps you are approaching life from the perspective of logic, from the perspective of mind. Perhaps your journey made you close your heart and build a wall around you. Perhaps there is something you don't. I'm trying to get the focus of the camera. As you can see, the king here is holding the swords up. So it's like he's ready to fight something. Perhaps there is something wanting to get you. However, because it's a king of swords, I see that's your own mind, your own logic. Perhaps you're trying to resolve your situation from the wrong side because it's in the obstacle. Then the mind can be not your friend at this time, the way I feel it. And as the solution, I have very interesting mix because we have a King of Wands here, which is tapping into that power, tapping into that passion, tapping into that inner fire, inner flow, inner knowing. What is really interesting in that card here, I hope the camera will focus soon, is the image of lion. It's not very common to see the image of lion on the King of Wands. To me, it represents the strength card, which is overcoming obstacles. You know your power. You've been on this journey for long, so you know how to tackle the beast. You've been there many times. So instead of trying to work it out from the logical point of view and from the logical perspective, tap into your heart, because Leo is the heart. So the answers are within your heart. And also focus on what you love, who you love, but also focus on your needs, especially physical needs, material needs as well. Take a good care of yourself and those who you love. But be aware that everything's like you're protected and your beloved are protected. Everything's fine. Which is a beautiful, beautiful message. And oh well, the lesson behind whatever you're going through, which to me seems like you're not going through much right now. You're enjoying life. You're flying on that beautiful energy of love and light, because that's how I feel this energy. The lesson here is to realize that there is no force greater than love. and that you're on a path to success. You're on the right path. You're exactly where you need to be. And all you need to do is just believe in success, believe in whatever endeavor or adventure you're planning to go ahead. This is a good thing for you, so go for it. The lesson you are supposed to learn through this experience, but you're resisting that lesson, is lesson about health. I will honor the physical vessel that enriches my soul. So this message clearly puts some effort on your physical health or your physical well-being. The message is to take proper care, perhaps better care of your body, of the physical vessel itself. And the message with some guidance is to surrender procrastination. Now it is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. And oh my goodness, what did we have here? Success. So now is not the time to contemplate. Now the time is to take action. Let me see all your comments. Oh my goodness, you could hear Karma barking. She's just like a typical country dog that never stops. All right, my dears. It was so lovely to be here with you tonight. And it is so weird to talk to the camera and not having Drewing responding me back. But it was fun. It was a completely different type of fun for me. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I hope the reading was helpful and it served you as a guide on your spiritual journey. And see you next Monday. I hope you will join us and have a wonderful and beautiful night. Take care, and I wish you blessings and all